Welcome to the Northwest Event Show 2025.
Hear you. All right, so with that, I'd like to get started. So, Will, excited to get going. If you want to take it over.
Sure. Hey everyone, my name is Will. I have 15 minutes to tell you everything I know, so I'm going to talk really quick, but I will be at the booth over there. So, cool. So I'm going to give you a little tips and tricks on how to harness AI, especially for what you guys do, and hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. Okay. Who thinks AI can take your job? Show of hands. No one. Interesting. Well, AI won't be able to take your job, but you know who will? The person next to you who knows how to use AI. So kids these days, they say, don't use AI, don't use AI. Totally wrong. Use AI, just use it to help you do more. So in AI, you can literally do everything. You can plan, organize, create, and even pitch to anyone. So who's this guy? Will Petz. So I'm an event planner for over 30 years, 26 years in technology specifically. I'm the CEO of Quite Events. Actually, that's actually me, not that. That was created by AI. So I gave him that picture and it literally made me with a suit and tie. So understand that you can leverage AI for image creation to be able to make you look better. Okay, this is a huge confusion. Most people don't understand the difference between AI and automation. So AI, artificial intelligence, kind of like your manager, the guy who thinks of the cool things. Automation is the doing, the actual worker. So when you're using AI, think of it as creating something that is much bigger than just doing. So it's not Google. There are basically 6 types, and this is a really boring slide, but just to go really quickly. So there's the NLP, I always get this confused. This is your Gemini, Copilot, ChatGPT, which most people use. Speech recognition, this is basically when you speak, it understands you, kind of like Interpretify, which normally would work on this screen over here. Machine learning, which is a much deeper level of computers talking to each other. Computer vision, which I absolutely love. This is basically computers being able to detect if it's a package, if it's an apple, or what exactly you're looking at. So those that used Gemini, if you press and hold, you can take a picture of the thing that says courtyard and then be able to actually find that on Amazon and all these different places. Creative AI, this is creating images and other content. And then lastly, you have the autonomous systems, which is like Tesla and being able to do your robot cleaner that cleans your home. Okay, so let's get into it. Show of hands, how many people use AI today? Cool. How many people use AI that's not Siri or like Copilot or something like that? Little less, cool. This is the meat and potatoes of everything I'm going to talk about today, and this is super, super important. Rice, okay? Rice Q, never forget the Q. First, R, role, define a role. So when you're using any type of AI, you need it to tell it how you want it to respond, how you want it to act. So for my father, who's getting medical things, when I want to ask ChatGPT or something, I say, act as a doctor. Or for you guys, act as an event professional. And the reason why is that there's this entire internet for it to find information. And when you say act as, it's going to start looking at medical things or event planner things. So you're telling ChatGPT where to specifically look. And also, the way it's going to respond back to you is in the terms of a doctor. Now, the next thing is give it clear instructions. So the RI, right? Instructions. What do you want it to do? I want you to bring back a list. I want you to bring back a chart. I want you to do something. Imagine having an actual assistant and you're telling it what you want. So if you give it better information, it's going to give you better results back. Next, set the context. A lot of people forget this. If you guys are running your own small business, once you tell it, I need back a list of events planners in this city or a list of locations or anything, tell it your business. I'm a small business doing this, and I need you to, I've been in business for 13 years and I service this area and all this other stuff. And what I would recommend is copy and pasting that so you always have it available. And the reason why is it's going to make it so that the content always comes back specific to you and not general for everyone. Then you have examples. So tell it, I want it to look like this. I want it to look like a chart. I want it to have this. And the last one, like I said, Q, super, super important. ask me questions. So again, this is not Google. This is not you search and you get information back. When you say, ask me questions, it'll come back with a list of 10, 20 questions like, what about this? How do you handle this? What do you think about this? And then you answer all those questions, and then you'll get the answer that you want. So here's 3 examples that I find that I actually use as a virtual assistant. The first one here is Claude AI, and it does comparison charts really good. I didn't build that comparison chart. It did it. I said, tell me the virtual assistants that are out there. Tell me the pros and cons. I want it in something I can present to my manager. And here's an example, and I gave it a picture, and I said, build it just like this. And it did. This literally took 30 seconds, and that's something I can even hand to a manager or anyone I'm working with. The next one, and funny enough, last night I was at dinner, and the hotel person said, I'm looking for clients, I'm looking for stuff, and I was like, just use Copilot. I said, hey, give me a spreadsheet of the email, the location, the what else? The telephone number of all the locations near this zip code that has 500 people, that can fit 500 people. That's not over $6,000 budget, and it literally built that for me, right? And that is super, super powerful. I only have 15 minutes. I can then show you how you can take that and you can do cold calls in your voice to those people, so you don't even need to do that. But we only have 15 minutes. Then the next one, I hope everyone's using this for emails and outbound stuff. So give Gemini or any AI, I use Gemini for this one, a specific detail. I want to target these customers with this information, and it will create and craft a beautiful email for you. Okay, this one I absolutely love. This is called Cove AI. This is like brain mapping. So anytime you have any project, so I moved from New York to Vegas, and I was like, tell me what I need to know to make this move. And it said, well, you need to change your postal code. You need to think about how to transport your cars. And then it creates this brain map, and then you can click on each one of those to expand it out even more. And it just helps you kind of plan, strategize, and it can even give you budgets and find information from all the different locations that you're going to. Super, super powerful. Okay, next thing is AI for images and videos. So the same way there was the rice queue, very similar. So descriptive prompts, when you're trying to create images, and don't use clip art anymore in PowerPoint, what you should absolutely be doing is creating your own for the client. So I, again, do these headphones, and when I pitch a zoo, I say, create an image of people having a great time with giraffes in a zoo at nighttime with some lights, and it'll create an image, and I can just send it to the client, and they're like, wow, that looks really cool. I can imagine it being in the zoo. So the same thing with you guys, you create the image that you want to show. Reference images, you can even create images next to it and say, hey, I want something that looks similar to this. There are lots of different experiments to use on these different sides, and you can also tell it what not to use. Don't use this color, don't use this brand. Here's an example. So I basically said, hey, give me this really cool photo, realistic, which is spelt wrong, but again, doesn't make a difference because it understands, of a dog in a park, great, just be creative, and it does it. So show of hands, who thinks the dog is cuter? Who thinks the cat is cuter? Yeah, I think the cat's cuter. But then I took the same image and said, all right, make it in a 90s cartoon style. And it literally did it again. So you guys can play with the images and keep doing stuff. See, the cat is much cuter. The last one is, I obviously did not build this PowerPoint. I had an app do it, right? It was AI. So what I just said is say, here's all my bullet points. Use the gamma.app. It created the entire thing with images. And if I didn't like an image, I can actually click on it and say, generate a better image that does this, does this, does this. So again, my time spending on this presentation, hopefully it doesn't look like it, was only a few hours, and that's because just preparing and stuff, but typically this would take days. Lastly, my favorite AI sites. So virtual assistants, Gemini, I happen to have an Android, so I use this on my phone all day long. When I'm on my computer, we use Microsoft, so we use Copilot. I find that it is really easy to integrate with Excel and other things. If you guys use Excel, but you're not experts in Excel, you can literally tell it what you want it to do, and it'll give you the formula. The next one is Creative AI, Canva.com. If you've never used it, super, super impressive to creating image and all that other stuff. It's just amazing. Microsoft Copilot also does images. Okay, here's a little tip. So online.inpixio.com, if you guys ever have images of your product and you want to erase the background, this does it. But then it puts a little thing in the corner that says, hey, buy this. So don't tell anyone, but if you download this Image Eye Chrome plugin, it will actually look at all the images and you can actually click on the one that has your product without the logo. But don't tell anyone I told you. The next one is AI videos. Now, I don't do much in AI videos, but I have friends that do, and this is the ones that they've recommended. And some other really cool ones that I like. Anyone that has their own website, I highly recommend the Screepy, I don't know how they say it. This will do a lot of things for you to understand how SEO works, and you'll just see there's so many things. I know, guys, I'm under 15, so Suno. This is super, super impressive. Literally, you can write, create a music in the style of 80s hip hop that is a person that does this, and it'll create a music thing for it. What I do for my clients is that if I know it's a birthday party, I'll put this person in, they're turning this in, this is where they live and some information, and I send it to the client and they absolutely love it. So again, be creative in how you can use that. Covai I talked about, Gamma the same way. Speech Gen, if you don't think you have the best voice for video or anything, this will take your typing and turn it into the voice that you want to be. Super useful. And the last one is, powerfulai.tools. It's literally a website that has all these crazy tools that you guys can explore. So with that said, that is me. Thank you. Hopefully I did it under 15. Awesome. Thank you, guys. And if you have any other questions, I'll be here. I'll also be at the booth that has nothing because FedEx lost our stuff and we're waiting for it. Yeah, sucks.
Thank you so much, Will. That was a great presentation. Lots of tips. Can we give him a hand? I'm not sure if the decks are being posted somewhere. I know there was a lot of good tidbits and we've only got it on this one screen. So if you want a copy of the deck, my contact information is in the app. Just get a hold of me, Hillary Laney, and I'll get those to you.